Hello, ReiZa here. Today I'm excited to reveal 4 brand new Fakemon for the Constella region. These Fakemon are inspired by 2 different constellations, Antalya, the air pump, and Corvus, the crow, each with 2 Fakemon to represent them. I can't wait to show you what I've come up with, so let's jump right into it. For the first Fakemon line, I took inspiration from the air pump constellation, Antalya. Instead of basing it on an inanimate object, I thought it would be more fun to tie it to an animal. So I went with a frog since they naturally inflate when they croak. The first stage is a tadpole, reflecting how most frogs start out. I kept the design simple and cute, adding a bubble that it floats in to reinforce the pump theme while also boosting its cuteness. For its evolution, I leaned into a more frog-like or toad-like appearance. I wanted to incorporate bubbles, or in this case, frog foam, to resemble clouds. I took a bit of inspiration from Driftblim's small cloud tuft, adding the airy feel to the design. To give it a tougher look, I made the body bulkier while still keeping the inflated cheeks, reinforcing both the frog inspiration and the pump constellation theme. I also added diamond-like patterns on its chest as a subtle nod to the shape of the constellation itself.
Huffle, the air pump Pokemon. They have an air pump-like organ that allows them to make a protective bubble made out of its saliva. They collect air from their tail, fins, and store it in the air pump-like organ. They're able to breathe air for short periods, but they mainly breathe underwater with their fins. Due to this, they don't bubble up their tails. Huffle's common abilities are Water Absorb and Air Intake, while its hidden ability is Magic Coat. Huffle evolves by level up at level 24. Toondarog, the air pump Pokemon. They have 2 very powerful air pump-like organs that allow them to make a cloud-like bubbly foam. This cloud-like foam allows it to float and with great control, even allows it to fly freely. Male Toondarogs make their beard bubbles bigger and more foamy to attract the females. It's also used as a superiority contest by males. Toondarog's abilities stay the same as its prior evolution, except for Water Absorb, which turns into Storm Drain. Air Intake. When a Pokemon with air intake is hit by a flying type move or a wind move, its defense and special defense go up by 1 stage, and the moves will have no effect on that Pokemon. If the defense of the Pokemon is already maxed out, the flying type and wind moves will do nothing.
For the second Fakemon line, I originally considered making a Murkrow convergent form based on the Corvus constellation. You'll also see Murkrow briefly as that was my first concept. However, my ideas felt unique enough to stand as their own Fakemon. I designed this Fakemon as a white crow inspired by the Corvus myth, where crows were once white before being cursed black. Since the crow in the story is known for lying, I give it a sly, over-the-shoulder glance with a subtle smirk. The small branch in its beak nods to the myth and hints at another Fakemon I'm working on. Its starry details connect to the constellation, and the face pattern resembles a skull, foreshadowing its evolution. For its evolution, I took inspiration from both a crow and vultures. In the myth, the crow was cast into the sky forever out of reach from water, so I designed this Fakemon with a skeletal neck and a body that can no longer consume food or drink. The exaggerated bones on its back are based on real bird skeletons, emphasizing its eerie, decayed look. Instead of traditional tail feathers, I gave it a wispy, celestial-like form, reinforcing its ghost typing and connection to the stars. The scattered stars across its body are placed to mirror the Corvus constellation itself, tying the design back to its mythological origins.
Gervis, the dishonest crow Pokemon. If around people, over time this Pokemon is able to learn and speak the human tongue. It would only tell lies when it speaks the human tongue, and then they chuckle right afterwards. These Pokemon also have the ability to tell directions with their beaks due to the magnetites found in it. People use them as a compass due to the ability. Gervis's common abilities are Big Peck and Tinted Lens, while its hidden ability is Prankster. Gervis evolves by level up while it's holding a Reaper cloth. Herockides, the Death Crow Pokemon. Some call it the God of Death, and others call it the appearance of death itself. Regardless, it's seen as a bad omen. There are stories that if someone was to look into its eyes, you could see hell itself. When its cry is heard at night, it is enough to give an entire town nightmares of fright. It collects souls when the stars are visible at night. Herockides' abilities stay the same as its prior evolution, except for Tinted Lens, which turns into Pressure. And its hidden ability is Cursed Body instead of Prankster.
And that's a wrap for this video. I had a lot of fun designing these new Constella region Fakemon, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which one is your favorite, and what constellation would you like to see inspire a Fakemon next? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss future Fakemon designs. It really helps out the channel and keeps the series going. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next art video. Ciao!